Somké.
And in this corner, we have another newcomer, Snow. He's ready to bang.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jay, and I'm here with the one and only
Somké. And shit, man, we got two phenomenal new fighters to the West Coast in the building. Right below me, we have the one, the only God's Chosen in the building. And then over off to the side, we have the one, the only Snow in the building. How y'all doing?
Y'all?
Doing good.
Blessed, brother. I'm blessed, brother.
Dope. Now, what y'all just seen was a clip of Snow's first fight with the West Coast, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
that was
sir.
a few months ago at the October event?
Yeah, the Halloween event.
The Halloween event. You fought Gogeta, aka what was it? Cherry
the dog.
Cherry the dog. Yeah, Cherry
Colombia.
the dog.
Pretty cool dude. From Colombia.
Nice. We saw you throw some nice hands in that fight. For those who haven't seen that fight, go look that up. Snow versus Cherry the dog. But honestly, man, the reason why I selected both of you to be on the show this week was both of you guys really impressed and stood out in last Saturday's event. I mean, God's Chosen had 2 fights in one day as a newcomer. We don't see that too often. You know what I mean?
Thing, brother.
And then you, Snow, with the precision, sharp shooting punches you had. I mean, yeah. Honestly, I'm a fan already, and I'm looking forward to y'all's next fight. I ain't gonna lie.
I appreciate you. Bro.
Let's start with God's Chosen real quick, being that he had 2 fights. I believe you had the first out of the 2 of you. You had the first fight Saturday with Bloody Raps, correct? Yeah, man. You wanna talk to us about that fight? Walk us through that fight.
Yeah, it was called. I feel like I could have done better, and but yeah, I really only had 2 weeks to train because I had more time than that to train, but. You know, a lot of us has a lot of things going on in life. And, you know, I was going into depression. You know, I was just overthinking. I wasn't getting enough sleep. You know, I was just stuck in that point where I was feeling like useless, feeling like I was done with boxing, you know. I just had those thoughts thinking of like, you know what, I'm thinking I should quit this and, you know, just hang the gloves. You know, I've been training since I was 19. I'm 26 years old right now. You know, I just kept training and training. I only have 8 months of training with a professional, like two-time world champion. His name is Frankie Avalar. He fought with Oscar de la Hoya. You could look him up. They call him El Pistolero. But yeah, I've been like almost 2 years without training with him. Lately, I just been training myself here and there, you know, hitting the punching bag and, you know, trying to stay in shape little by little. I went up to 185 2 weeks before the fight. 180 pounds 2 weeks before the fight. And I told myself, damn, I need to get to 160 or 168. And, you know, I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking water. I would only drink 1 or 2 water bottles a day. And I was trying to lower down my food intake. And that's what I just kept doing, you know, and working hard. I started training as hard as I can for 2 whole weeks straight. And I just went in there and, you know, with the spirit of God, you know, like I fear no man, you know, I don't fear anybody, no matter how big, how tall, how short, how strong, or what people say about them. They could have more wins. They could be professional. They could be the champion. I don't care who it is, you know. I'm willing to step in the ring with whoever and how much ever people that they put against me, you know, they tell me, hey, you got another fight. We got another person that wants to fight, you know. I'll go in there, you know, no matter if I did like those 4 hard rounds, like you guys said, you know. But yeah, I feel like I could have done better, you know, if I would have had more time to train. But hey, I went in there and I cannot say I didn't try as hard as I can because I know I did and God knows I did. But I feel like I did pretty good, but could have been better.
You did damn good, bro. You did damn good. Just the fight hasn't been released yet, but for it to have a fourth round, that doesn't
Yeah,
happen too often, right?
yeah,
If it's not a title fight, it's 3 rounds. So what that means is the crowd was that stuck on making your decision, right? That means you perform to the point in which we don't know, you know, you could have it, he could have it. We don't know who took it, you know what I mean? So kudos to you, man, because you really did fight your heart out. Free Smoke came to the corner. I was actually in Bloody Rap's corner. That's a good friend of mine. And he asked, you know, hey man, do you guys want a fourth round? And you, with no hesitation, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
one thing I knew was I knew you were tired, but I knew we were tired. I knew we
yeah,
were tired, and we had gave it everything we had, right? But at the
yeah,
end of the day, we ain't no punk. We ain't gonna punk out. We ain't gonna bitch out. You know what I mean? This man wants it. All right, we gonna have to step up to the plate. You know what I'm saying? And Bloody Raps did that, but it took the right dance partner to push him to that limit, right?
yeah,
That was one of his best performances I've seen. You know what I'm saying? And again, it took the right dance partner. Going into that fight, because he's known to be a very technical fighter. He throws a good amount of punches. He's pretty busy. What was it like when you were in there for you?
When I was in there, you know, I don't know. I just felt like, I swear, like this how I started out the fight. I wanted to get the knockout. I'm not gonna lie. You can see me in there swinging wild. You can see me in there swinging wild. You know, I want to become a knockout artist, you know. But hey, it is what it is, you know. I tried to get that knockout. I couldn't get it. But I feel like with more training, more dedication, more discipline, you know, getting into the right diet, I'll be able to do way more than what I did that night. But hey, yeah, what's it called? He did pretty good. I can't say anything else about that, but yeah, he did pretty good.
And what about that fourth round, man? The all or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Talk to us about that, because that fourth round was a whole fight in itself. You know,
Yeah, what's it called?
were you were you like were you gassed? Were you motivated? Obviously, you were motivated, but like,
Yeah.
how much did you have in the tank?
And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a type of fighter. When I get tired, I can still punch hard. You know, like a little sloppy, but I can still punch hard no matter how tired I get. You know, I can still swing. But You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was losing power, losing strength, and I don't know. You could tell a lot that I missed a lot of powerful punches. You know, and other than that, yeah, I was tired, I was gassed out, but I'm the type of person when I'm tired, I'm gonna keep on swinging. You know, I'm just not gonna stand there and just block and let myself get hit. But in that first round, I did get hit like, with a low blow, but other than that, you know, it's understandable. You know, I can't say he did it in purpose or not, but I feel like we were both gassed out, but we put in, you know, like you said, you know, all we got.
Facts. Facts.
So just between us, who won that fight? All right.
For me,
all
I'm not gonna lie. For me, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it was a draw, but I feel like if it was to be somebody who won, it probably would have been me by 1 point. But that's just my decision. That's just my opinion. You know, everybody else has their opinion, but I feel like it should have been left to a draw. But I'm willing to fight again to get a rematch. But yeah, I'm not the type of person, you know, who like to call out people. But I just want to fight the best of the best to prove, you know, that I am one of God's chosen. Just because I name myself God's chosen doesn't mean I'm the only chosen. Because I know there's plenty of chosen ones out there, and I do this for them, and I do this for God, and I do this for my family. But yeah,
All right, Snow, I gotta ask. So as I was editing your fight today for the clip, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like at points in that fight, like when you got aggressive, that you're almost the type that is a counter boxer who got forced into being more aggressive because your opponent wouldn't come forward.
no,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
no, I'm an actual
It's
brawler.
crazy.
So I'm an actual brawler. So if you
That's
actually
for
step
Snow.
into,
That's
if you
that's
step, if
that's
you
for
step
Snow
in
God's
the,
chosen.
oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I
He
thought that
hasn't
was.
seen your fight.
Nah,
He hasn't seen your fight yet.
All right.
nah, y'all can hear me though. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, you good.
But yeah, to answer your question, you actually hit that right on the nail. I really don't even gotta say much of nothing else really. But yeah, actually I do focus on the counter, you know, to protect myself. The game is to hit, not be hit. So I like to sit still and be able to, you know, let the boxing work for me. You know, that's how I'm able to keep my stamina up, I guess, the best for me, you know. But as y'all know, you from Red Dot is my brother, and he's pretty aggressive. So, you know, hearing him in the back of my head and seeing him not come forward, I want to get this over with. So let me go ahead and perform. But I also wanted to, you know, show that I can box and come forward and still stay calm and, you know, just kind of put myself out there and show what I could do, really.
Yeah, because there was times where when I was watching, it almost felt like you were like a little frustrated, like, come on, come on. And I feel like your opponent was the same way. And I think we had two counter punchers in the fight, and one of you had to decide to get aggressive. But for me, I think that's what won the fight for you is you just decided, like, I'm going to take this fight, I'm going to get
Hmm.
aggressive, and I'm just going to start attacking.
And it's crazy you said that because what frustrated me is I can, I mean, as you can see, the Philly shell is more of a counter, as more of a counter style. So I know he wanted to, but as him, you feel me, as everybody saying, I could see the fear in his, you know, his performance. So I had to come forward knowing that if me and him just stand here, we're just gonna be standing here looking at each other. So once I did that, what really frustrated me is he's a counter fighter, but every time I step forward, he will grab me or clinch. And
Mm.
I don't like clinching. I'd rather bang it out until we both fall or something. So that what really frustrated me for sure, the clinching. Because if he gonna counter, counter.
Yeah, there was a
For
couple
sure.
times, though, you connected, and I think he grabbed because he didn't want a second one of those right away in a row. Like, let me get up on
Yeah.
here, like, be able to
He
regroup
he for
and get back.
sure, he
Because
for
there was a
sure
couple
could
shots I was like, damn.
yeah, he for sure had a good thought of when to cut my combos off for sure.
he
For sure.
didn't want the power. That's what it was.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, man, because I'm a Dragon Ball fan, super fan. So when I see the
Man,
Gogeta
exactly.
outfit, I'm like, homie got to come out here and like put the beats on something. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? And
it's crazy. I told James, because me and James grew up off that. So me and
yeah.
Red Dot grew up off that. So when I seen it, I said he gonna have to take that off. He ain't
Ah.
working. You feel me? I don't think he went Super Saiyan yet.
Oh
For sure.
man.
For sure.
So I got to ask both of y'all, man. At this point, both of you guys have 2 fights with Street Beefs West Coast. Um, how did you guys find out about the West Coast Street Beefs, and then how did you get involved? Were you watching, and you just so happen to get online, or was it a different process for y'all? You go ahead and start with Snow, and then we'll go over to God's Chosen.
I've seen for sure everybody's heard about Street Beefs West Coast. You feel me? I was born and raised in the West Coast. So everybody's seen it, everybody watched it. But then my brother Red Dot, he actually came and fought for y'all. So it just showed me, I'm like, yeah, I might be able to do that. But then time went by where I decided I want to fight again. And that was only probably like a month after I got back into the gym. So I was real sloppy at that fight. So yeah, so I just decided to, get back into it and gotta fight until these tournaments and everything come about. Gotta stay busy. So it's really just, milestones, stepping stones. It's
And real
pretty
quick
cool though.
before we switch to God's Chosen, your brother Red Dot J Knees does
Mm-hmm.
Muay Thai, correct?
Yes, he does, for sure. MMA, really, but he specialized in Muay Thai, stand up, for
Okay.
sure.
So you being bro, do you dabble with any of the other styles, or you just strictly pure
Nah.
boxer?
Uh I remember I started off with that. Like I learned how to do the kicks and all that, but then, we went to a tournament and I seen a dude duck into a flying knee. I made my decision right then and there. So yeah, I'm going ahead and suit up, boot up, and keep this
Yeah.
going. So
I
I'm
don't know if
doing
you
all
saw in the intro that's what happened in the intro.
yeah,
In my fight,
yeah, I
homeboy
seen that.
he ducked into the knee.
And he backed into it and you just
Yup.
right.
Ah,
Yeah, I seen that. So yeah, I made my decision right then and there. But then also I feel like we could cover more ground. If we with the brand wise, with the publicity wise, you feel
oh,
me,
I see. I see.
being one in different, you feel me, aspects of fighting. So I feel like we could cover more ground like that
I dig it. I dig it.
for sure.
And God's Chosen, how did you find out about Street Beefs West Coast, and then how did you get involved?
Yeah, what's it called? I got involved by I had years of watching Street Beefs, so I always got curious and I always was thinking like, damn, probably one day I would want to, fight in Street Beefs. And I always grew up wanting to get a fight, but I never got a fight. My coach never put me to put in to get a fight. He would always promise me fights. He never got me any fights. So I told myself, then, if you don't give me no fights, you know, I gotta try to find a way to get fights. So I contacted Street Beefs West Coast on Instagram, and I guess Tinny Tank answered my DM. He told me to hit him up on the DMs, and he told me he got me a fight for September. Except I guess he told me it got canceled or something. So then
Yeah,
I couldn't get there. I couldn't get there because it got canceled or something. So then he had told me in October. So then that's when I had showed up in October, and that's how I got Street Beef.
are you based in California or
No,
Nevada?
that's Las Vegas, yeah, Nevada.
Okay, okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
People don't realize, it's just that simple.
yeah.
So God's Chosen, Daniel had asked, well, he had said he's looking forward to seeing your debut in Dirty Boxing against Island Strong. What are you thinking about this? What made you want to do the Dirty Boxing? I'm, as a fan, am so excited for this Dirty Boxing. So thank you to all of you who are going to do it. But what made you decide you want to do some Dirty Boxing, and how you feel about going up against Island Strong?
Like I said, I'm willing to fight anybody. I have no fear in me. A man of God do not have fear in his heart. But yeah, what's it called? People don't know this about me as much, but I started training like MMA, like different type of MMAs. I did jujitsu, but on my own though, and I did Muay Thai, karate. I did like hella different things all up on my own before I even thought about even doing boxing. So yeah, my elbows are pretty good. I started off by breaking bricks. Practicing on hitting bricks with my elbows, trying to break them in half. And out of nowhere, I didn't have any more bricks, so I just started elbowing the concrete floor. And I just started practicing on that one spot. There's this one spot in the elbow you can keep hitting without even getting hurt. So I guess that's when I knew my elbows are dangerous. Anybody gets hit with my
Yeah.
elbow, if anybody gets hit with my elbow, they're getting split open. But I don't know if you noticed in my fights, I didn't wear no Vaseline. Vaseline can help you with many ways. Hope you not get cut up that fast, and also when somebody punches you, the punches slip. I didn't have none of that, and three of my fights in Street Beef. But yeah, I probably might be using that for this fight, but I never
You
had
have
gotten
three
no
fights with
cut.
us?
Huh?
You have three
Yeah,
fights with us? My
yeah.
bad. I thought you had
I have
just the two.
no, yeah. I have Super Gremlin,
That's
and
right. That's right.
yeah, and I
He
have
did fight.
those
That was
other
the
You
two.
last time I was there. That
you
was
knocked
the
him out,
Halloween
correct?
one.
Uh, no, I feel like I could have knocked them out, but I didn't put that much power because I felt like it wasn't a fair fight, like because I don't know. I'm just the type of person, I'm very humble. I do not want to mess somebody up like that, especially if I feel like the person that I'm fighting getting fair. So,
Mm.
but I realized the fight wasn't getting stopped, so I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to hit this guy a little harder so they can see, like so they can stop the fight because I'm not trying to kill this guy. So on the last time you
Yeah,
guys stopped
man.
it, I think it was the third stoppage, I hit him a little harder, and that's when you guys stopped the fight. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think I ref that one. I would have remembered.
Island
I
Strong,
didn't
Island
rep
Strong.
that, did I?
Nah, Island Strong refed it.
Okay, okay. Damn, was that MMA or boxing?
That was boxing.
That was boxing?
Mhm.
Okay. Sheesh. Okay, okay. I didn't realize that was your first fight, but yeah, man. So how was it like coming to the yard for both of y'all? Your first event. What was it like? Pulling up to the yard, the drive to the yard. Were there nerves? Were you feel prepared? What was it? God's chosen. We'll start with you.
Oh yeah.
Me when I went there, I felt motivated. I seen the whole bunch of people. I was like, damn, it's something new. Like I always been around a bunch of people, but I don't know. I get anxiety and stuff like that, but I'm willing to hold it in. And I
Yeah,
went there and I just seen a whole bunch of people. I just started feeling that anxiety. I'm a type of person. I can't really be around that much people because I start feeling like, damn. I start feeling like, damn, what's gonna go on? Hopefully nothing happens and stuff like that. But
right.
it's not no fear. It's just anxiety. I was just like raised with it because of something that happened in my life. But other than that, yeah, it felt good. I felt that nervousness when I went there. At first, I came there calm, but then I felt that nervousness hit in when I started seeing people get hit with elbows and getting kicked, and I was like, damn. I just started moving around. Practicing a little bit on the mitts, telling myself, no, I got this, because there's two fights in the actual fight. It's when you're overthinking and when you got your heart beating hella fast before the fight. Yeah, so that's the first fight. If you don't get rid of that, if you don't win the first fight, you don't win the second fight. And that's when I told myself I gotta calm myself down. I gotta calm my nerves down,
Yep.
and that's what I did.
Facts.
And what about you, Snow? Like, was there nerves coming into the first event? Were you Did you feel like you were fully prepared? Were you excited? What was it like?
Um, I've been fighting for about 10 years now, for real. So that was just my comeback, honestly, to get ready for what I've been working on. Just gotta catch back up. Doing a kind of a rat race, a little catch up for me right now. So I wouldn't say nerves. I learned how to handle that, but everybody gets that fight or flight. Of course, when you
Mhm.
pull up and see the crowd or whatever, everybody gets that fight or flight feeling. That ain't nervousness. It's just adrenaline. Honestly, you just gotta use it. But I listen to a lot of jazz before fights. I listen to soft music. I listen to slow music. Calm my soul, keep me right. Not that's when you start thinking, trying to be hype. I don't need
Yeah,
all that. If you put in the work, I feel like all that other stuff goes out the window once you know that you put in the work to protect yourself and to do the damage that you know you could do. But for the first one, it's just I was like, super excited. And then my first time fighting in a cage, in a backyard, in a desert, like it was cool, you know. That's some video game type shit. So you feel me? That's tight.
Baby
I thought it was
Broly is
cool.
interested in sparring, God's chosen. He's uh he's a fellow fighter. Good dude, man.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
seen him fight last event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Snow.
No, you good. I was really done for real, but yeah, it was just exciting. You feel me? It's a good experience. It's cool to finally really see it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? After watching it on YouTube, so it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So this makes me want to ask you all a question. So all three of you are fighters. What kind of things do you do? Like if it's music, what kind of music? You said jazz. What do you guys do to stay level-headed and get ready for a fight? And just kind of off the same thing, Payne and I were just discussing on the playlist like 2 weeks ago how it seems like the most street dudes you ever meet have to listen to R&B or they lose their mind at any given time, right? So it's kind of the same thing with fighters, right? You're getting ready to go into a fight. Like,
For
what do you
sure.
do to stay calm? And like, how do you get to
Hmm.
that level where you're like focusing on your breathing and that kind of thing?
Want to go, Somké? Want me to go first?
I'll go last.
All right. Well, like I said, you feel me? The calm music, you know, and I honestly don't think about it until it's my turn to fight. I'm gonna watch the fight. I'm not thinking like, you know, oh, I gotta go. Oh my God, I gotta go. That's not me in there. What they making me nervous for? You know what I mean? So honestly, just staying focused, knowing putting the work in is gonna all result in the end. Like that was my first fight they seen. Y'all seen what I did on this Saturday. I'm a whole different beast now. So it's just all confidence within yourself. That's how I take it.
And God's chosen, how do you combat those nerves on fight day?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you noticed, but like I'm not really that good with words, but it's true was Snow was saying, you know, it's not nervousness because I don't really get nervous like that, but it's like it's that adrenaline, like you said, you know. Sometimes I just forget about, you know, what I gotta say. But it's true what Snow was saying. But yeah, it was called me, to be honest, it's not nerves like I was saying, it's the adrenaline, but every time before a fight or before anything I do, before anything I drink, before anything I eat, I always pray to God. So I feel like that's what holds me the most because I trust in God with all my heart.
A
For
must.
sure.
A must.
For sure.
You know, for me, I just think that every single fighter is different. You know what I mean? Everybody is going to react a certain way, and it's not going to be the same. And it's up to you as the fighter to figure out what is the key. Like what is my thing, right? So for me, um, I get nervous, right? But similar to what Snow says, right? In fight camp, if you do the work, right? And this is me personally. Um, if you do the work, at some point in time, you're gonna receive the message that you've won the fight. It may be a week before the fight, it may be 2 weeks before the fight, it may be 3 weeks, but that varies, and that's dependent on how hard and serious I'm training within that fight camp. So once we receive the message that we won the fight, you
Hmm.
know, we could take a load off, right? But on fight day, and specifically driving up to the event, hour plus drive,
Man.
um, we are going to embrace those nerves. We're going to embrace it. We're human. It is what it is, right?
Exactly.
And I'm not Mr. Macho tough guy.
Mm.
Now is not the time for me to pretend like I am, right?
No.
So guess what? I'm going to embrace it. This happens. But what I get to do is I get to look at my history and I get to backtrack at what I do. And that also gives me more confidence on top of the training camp. I look at my history in my record book and I'm like, oh, wait, what you tripping for? Look
So
at your
all
stats.
of these for you guys, do these see, because it's so different, because I'm coming from team sport aspect. Like, the only individual sport I ever did is I wrestled a little through junior high. But do those nerves leave? Like, when I would get in a street fight growing up, because I grew up in the 90s, so like I always said, I can 90s fight, I can't 2020s fight, because you guys are all trained in shit now. But you get that nerves, you go out, you know it's going to be after school, whatever. But as soon as the first punch is thrown, you're not thinking about any of those nerves. Is that how it is for you guys in the fight too? Like, once you're in the cage? Because I got to imagine the highest part of the nerves is when that cage shuts before the fight.
For me, it depends. Depends, right? Because if we're fully prepared, when that cage closes, you're in there with me. Right? Like if everything is done and checked, you close the cage.
Yeah. Now it's up.
Right?
Now it's up to
Right?
me. Exactly.
But sometimes that's the case. Sometimes you do need to get, take a good hit, a good punch to say, oh yeah, the stakes are here. Wake up, game time, activate, just depends. Broly, hey, before I forget, because Broly had mentioned, wanting to get what you God's chosen. And, I appreciate what you were saying earlier, bro, about who you are, right, as an individual. Because a lot of us in this community come from broken backgrounds, broken homes, right? Some of us don't, but a lot of us do, right? You'd be surprised that there's more people like you than not like you in this community, right? And the beautiful thing is like, it don't take much to reach out, and it don't take much for others to reach out to you. You know what I'm saying? And we do have some good folks, you know what I'm saying? And we do have people who are struggling with XYZ, you know what I'm saying? And not to get all therapeutic and shit, but don't struggle by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here to fight, but that's just a small aspect of this thing overall. You know what I'm saying?
This is the number one, bro. This is number one, bro. You can't fight without this. You can't do nothing without this. So
yeah,
you gotta
man.
take care of that, bro. For sure.
And again, you know what I'm saying? We got people out here that are going through it, but also there's people out here who can help. You know what I'm saying? Don't be by yourself. Don't make that decision. That's, you know what I'm saying? We here, basically. We here.
Yeah, we right here in front of you, brother.
I'm in Vegas, so
Me too. I'm out here too, brody.
You know what I mean? If you need to reach out, bro.
All right, yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah. But anywho, let's get off the sentimentals. Let's get back to the punches, man. I mean, God's Chosen took a second fight, got the KO. Snxw with his second fight, I mean, I had to stop the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll take it.
Wait till these fights come out, people. Wait till these fights come out. I can't wait. Snxw, let's go back to you, man. Walk me through your fight.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what I told people I came with. I didn't know it was gonna be that cold outside, brother. You thought I was finna be sitting there boxing you? I am anemic. I couldn't be doing all that. He was going down sooner or later. I ain't doing all that. I ain't all in the cold. Why you think I had my sweatpants still on? I'll be cold, man.
What was the temperature?
When it was windy. It was
Here you
piercing.
go, Jay.
It was like windy. It was like piercing windy. I don't know. I don't do that.
I feel like I'm being personally attacked right now. That's what I feel like.
See, Jay finna hit us with the real. Jay finna hit us with the real. I'm gonna say it was probably like
31 degrees here less than a week ago.
It was about 50. It was about 50 with that chill. It felt about 50.
If it was 50, I'd be outside grilling right now.
It was the
Yeah,
wind though.
that
It wasn't
wind.
that it was so cold. It was just that wind was
It was
like,
literally just the wind.
yeah.
No,
That
it's
wind
just
was
it's crazy
crazy.
to me. Like, and I get it. You guys live in the heat, but what you consider cold, right? And I'm just like, man, what I wouldn't give for your cold right now. Like,
Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, I feel that. But nah, yeah, really, really training. Like I said, I went in there with a plan, honestly. And you know, sometimes that plan don't work, so I adapted. You seen him, you had to tell him stop grabbing my arm. He grabbed me. I'm gonna show
I
you
forgot all about that.
what not to do. And then he did it again. And what I do? Did it with the other hand. The fight
Yeah.
was over with for real. So I mean, hey, it's really just a blessing, you know, training hard for me, God covering me, being, you know, able to have the knowledge to even obtain the skill and to, you know, adapt to these paths. It's a real blessing. I had fun though. Shout out to my fighter, you feel me? For sure.
Yeah, you came out there really sharp, aggressive. And shout out to the other fighter. I
For
forgot his
sure.
name. He was a new fighter as well. I could tell like he had skill. He had, you know, he obviously wasn't a novice. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
exactly, exactly.
he, you know, he had something to bring to the table, man. But you cut his eye. You cut his eye like really early in that first round, and you know, I tried to let him work a little bit, but it was like, nah, man. You know, and you know, to his credit, he wasn't truly hurt when I stopped it, but it was just a matter of like I saw you pinpointing that eye. I saw you targeting as soon as, you know, as soon as it got nasty, like you was tapping it, tap, tap, tap. And I'm like, nah, man. You know, while he still has an eyelid, let's go ahead and call it, you
Nah,
know,
yeah. That jab for sure was gonna come out that closet a lot more. That
yeah.
second round, if he came back, it was just, you know, get it over with. Honestly, I'm not here to make friends. Honestly, I'm here to make millions. I'm here to really get to where I gotta get to. So I ain't, you know, we could be friends after the fight,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but in here, I really don't care, you know. So, but shout out to him for sure. He a cool dude too, for sure. Shout out to all the fighters, man.
yeah. He was in good spirits after the fact, but
Nah, yeah,
you
for
could tell
sure.
he really wanted to continue. And, you know, it's crazy because like outside of, you know, outside of me being a ref, like I wanted to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
it
be
was
able to
just,
box. I was gonna really
yeah,
be able to, you know, get my work in. But I
yeah,
mean, hey, you did your job. And for me, shout out to you for real, for real. Cause we was saying
appreciate it,
that too.
appreciate it.
We don't want him to be blind out this mug. So nah.
Yeah,
yeah, that is
that-
not a line you hear very often. Is let's shut this down before he loses an eyelid.
Yeah, no. Don't want that.
really though, really.
I mean, you know, in the pros, they gonna either have to stop it or I don't know, man. But I'm not finna not hit that eye again. I don't know. What you
Oh
want me
yeah,
to
yeah.
do?
No, you do your job. You know,
Exactly.
you do
So
your
yeah,
job.
I'm just glad that, you know, it didn't have to get to that. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, man. And you know, moving back to God's chosen, man, more destruction. I mean, my boy had a fight with a
That shit was
well-known street
crazy.
beast fighter, Nine Ether being. He's been on the show several times. Great dude, great fighter, former champion. And yeah, man. I mean, took on a second fight of the day. And go ahead and walk us through that fight, man, because y'all was throwing bombs.
Yeah, in that fight, I feel like he had more power when I was getting hit by those hits. He had more power. He was more sharp. His accuracy was like crazy.
Yeah,
And then what's it called? I was connecting him a little bit,
you
but then
was.
after that, I was like, you know what? I need to time this guy. But I don't know if you noticed, I'm a brawler, but most people
Hmm.
don't notice that. But I feel like you guys noticed it in those two fights. I kept going after them, and that's what I like to do. You know, I like to go after. I like to fight toe to toe. I don't like to dance around. You know,
Yeah,
it's just not me. But hey, people fight how they fight. You know, I can't judge them or anything. But I guess from my perspective, you know, that's just me. When I go in there, I'm like a dog. You know,
Mm.
when I bite, I don't let go, just like a pit bull. And that's what I want to do. And when I get somebody in the corner, you know, I feel like it's over. But that's what I proved in that fight. You know, he tried to stand toe to toe with me. I was blocking, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was in there, I was blocking and blocking. I thought I got hit more than what I got hit. But when I seen that video, I was like, nah. I didn't get really hit that much when I was blocking, but I got hit a couple of times. And I got hit with some good ones. But when I was blocking, I was talking to God. I said, God, give, I said, God, give, be, I, no, I said, Father, be my strength. When I said, Father, be my strength, I threw that punch and he was down. But that's about it.
That he gave you strength.
Bruh,
Yeah,
came down and
Boy,
KO'd that man.
boy, oh
I
my
was just like,
goodness.
wow. It was, once again, had to call it, but it was crazy
Yeah.
to see because he came out the gate throwing the kitchen sink, the stove. I think he took the roof off the house, threw that at you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah,
And yeah, bro, I was scared for you. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared for you. You know what I mean? Because I know how he coming, right? But you stood there and you held your own, bro, and you took him down, man. It was something to see, bro. Something to see,
yeah.
I
especially
noticed.
after having a 4-round war earlier.
I noticed you got a good escape hook. That's what caught him. That step back, because he kind of pushed you at the same time you stepped back and threw it. That's why you hit the cage and looked back and he was asleep. Yeah, so keep
Yeah,
throwing that, brother. Keep throwing that for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
So,
Yeah, man. Some great fights that day, and they. I don't know if y'all saw. There was a podcast on Heart in the Fight a few days ago, and we a few of us had got on, a few fighters, and a few of us in staff had got on, and we were all just talking about our favorite fights, fight of the day, performance of the day, and without a doubt, you got to say performance of the day had to been El Coyote, right? But
yeah,
outside of the champ, outside of that crazy championship fight,
That's fair.
I gotta say, man, like fight of the day for me was Guys Chosen versus Bloody Raps, and then performance of the day for me was Snow. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, again, the
Appreciate you.
crispy sharpness. You know what I'm saying from
Appreciate you.
Snow, and then just the relentless back and forth with Guys Chosen and Bloody Raps. You know what I mean? Bloody Raps is a really technical boxer. You know what I mean? He keeps the jab out there. He's got me in his corner. He's got his brother in his corner. We're on his case, making sure he's doing right. And one thing I noticed, bro, is it seemed like you had your family with you. Am I correct?
yeah. I did.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
tight. That's tight.
How does that affect you as a fighter? Does that help motivate you? Does that give you strength? Does it, you know, um, obviously they support you in what you're doing. They showed up and they were going hard for you too. They was
Yeah.
going hard for you too. You know what I mean? I hope nobody took it personal because they were right next to me as I was shouting for Bloody Raps. They were shouting for you.
Yeah.
But what is that like, fighting and having family right there,
I don't know. I just feel like it pushes me to push harder. I don't want to fail them. But yeah, God and my Father, like I said, I do this for them, and also God's chosen. God's people. But yeah, when I have my family there, it just helps me. Not to fail. Just tell myself while I'm in that ring, I'm not gonna fail. I'm gonna do as best as I can, and I'm gonna push. And I'm gonna put the performance of the night. And just work even harder just because I see and hear my family there. But yeah, it motivates me and uplifts me, and it gives me more strength having them there. Yeah.
back. And then what about you, Snow? I mean, you got your brother, you know what I'm saying, and Jay Nees. What is that like? I would imagine he goes with you to other fight venues that you've done. Uh, what is it like having that in your corner?
Um, it's crazy because we've been fighting with each other for a long time. So even before we took it serious, life. We've been fighting since we was kids. You know what I'm saying? Helping each other fight, fighting other people for each other, whatever. It's my brother for real. So once we always told him take it serious, and he did. And he told me, why you don't take it serious? And my mom told me too, we gotta stop coming home with black eyes and all that, and come home with broken fingers. Why would you do that when you get paid for it? I said, paid
Mm.
for it? How I do that? And she took me into the boxing route. So we've been fighting for a long time, but yeah, we've been literally like shoulder to shoulder. We was just in Arizona fighting for a year straight, camping, you feel me, training. And then now we back together, doing it all again. Same camp, same gym, you feel me? Different aspects covering ground. So having him just helps me be better. Plus he like 2 times my size. So imagine sparring him every day.
Yeah.
You feel me? So and he practices his kicks on me too. So if I could
Oof.
take a kick to the head, I don't think these punches really gonna do too much. So I'm just blessed, you feel me, to have him in my corner and have everybody else to support whoever else believe in me. It's gonna help me in the long run, even if I don't hear the support. Energy is real. So I just doing what I love, and I appreciate everybody supporting me and believing in me for real. That's what make me keep doing it. For real.
So Snow, how did we get the name?
My name is Snow. It's Ira in ancient Greek, which is Welsh now, but it means snow. And I and I got my own water.
Get this
But nah,
man
yeah.
a sponsorship, y'all.
You feel what I'm saying? But nah, yeah, EIRA, it means snow in Welsh. So and I just feel like I'm one of the coldest, you feel me, light skinned brothers they ever been. You know what I mean? Cold in that ring, I'm cold in life. Everything gotta get cold sometimes. Somebody gotta get cold. Get cold outside.
And what about you guys, Chosen? How'd you come up with your name?
My first name, I mean, not my name, but like at the boxing gym they call me Perro, so it stands for dog in Spanish. But
Mm.
when us, be like, "What up, dog? ¿Qué onda, perro?" So be like, "What's up, my dog?" And also girls, how they be talking like, "Oh, he's a dog," don't mess with him.
Mhm.
Also girls call us dogs. Dog, and that's what we do. ¿Qué onda, perro? ¿Qué perro? That's what we say in Spanish and stuff like that. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I just thought about it, I'm Mexican American. So Chicano stands for basically Mexican American. So I just put it together and I just wanted something new, something that nobody else has. So I put myself as El Chicano Perro. Ever since I put myself like that, everybody in the boxing gym started calling me in. It's Real Boxing. It's called Real Boxing Gym by Sahara and Jones. You can find it right there in Vegas. But yeah, what's it called? Everybody in the boxing gym started calling me Perro. But yeah, out of nowhere, I started thinking to myself, talking to God, what's an appropriate name for me if El Chicano Perro isn't for me? So I just started like I just started thinking and thinking, like what should I name myself? What should I name myself? Out of nowhere, I was punching the punching bag and I thought I heard God's chosen, and I thought I was tripping. So I looked into that recording and I slowed it down and I put it in slow motion. When I put it in slow motion, right when I hit that punching bag, I don't know how, but in that video, I guess the echo when I punched the punching bag, you can hear like something saying like God's chosen, and then it just repeats it, but like in the lower volume, it says God's chosen after as well. And then that's when I told myself, no, I guess this is a sign from God. So that's when I told
That's
myself,
deep.
hey, guess what? God's chosen. That's the one I'm gonna pick. That's the one I'm gonna go with. Oh yeah,
That's it's kind
Never
of deep.
bad to put your faith out front either.
Never.
No, that's dope, man.
Love him out loud, brother.
I
yeah.
was just thinking though, like what if God did speak to you and say like the other name was okay? You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like the Pero, like if he'd
Oh
even
man.
like
What if he was like, I like that name?
hey,
yeah,
hey,
if he'd just told you Pero is okay, my son, that'd have
yeah,
been crazy too. But
For
no,
real.
that's
yeah,
that's dope, bro. That's dope.
That's deep. That's deep for sure.
yeah.
So Snow, Cuban Darkness asked, who you looking to fight?
It's crazy because I was blessed. They kind of already got me scheduled out for the next 2 months. They told me I was gonna fight for the number one contender against what was his name? The Chief
The
for the
chef.
number one. Yeah, the chef for the contender spot, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
fight broken Mark for the belt in March.
Okay.
You
Yeah, I
So
see.
see that's a fighter's mentality. He already won that fight in his head. He was like, I'm for
yeah,
the
yeah,
fight,
yeah.
dude, the chef, and then I'm fighting broke Mark.
Oh yeah, and then once I get that belt, you feel me? I'll probably get a palm tree tatted on me for y'all, and then you feel me? We could talk about these sponsorships, when I get in that real ring. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't working hard for nothing. And I honestly seen both of them fight. The respect, keep doing your thing. But me? Nah. Nah. I ain't losing. I refuse.
So Broke Mark has not been defeated as of yet.
Hmm.
Or in boxing.
That's
Uh,
beautiful.
he did one Muay Thai fight. Um, just spare the moment too, and that was one of the craziest Muay Thai fights we've had.
Nah, he got heart. I like him. And he really teachable. He's smart. I like how he fight.
How do we see that fight going? Obviously, you see yourself winning, but how do we see that fight going? Because
A
the
lot of
volume,
boxing.
the cardio, the pressure
A lot of
is,
boxing.
yeah.
You feel me? I know what I do. I know what I can do. I know the work I put in, honestly. So I know it's gonna be a real boxing match though. Y'all gonna be able to, really see some fighting for sure, for sure. Y'all gonna see a lot of combos. Y'all gonna see a lot of head movements, a lot of misses, a lot of catches. That's gonna be a fun fight. I already know it is.
5 rounder
Man, nah.
on
Nah.
paper. On paper.
Yeah, on paper. Yeah,
It will be
yeah.
scheduled as a 5 rounder.
You
Yeah.
forgot I'm finna be sparring with Red Dot for the next couple months. Yeah, That 135, they ain't seeing me until I get to the pros. I don't see no competition, honestly. That's just me. You feel me? That's just my heart. You know what I'm
We
saying?
got
I know what I'm here for.
the OG champ, Darkness. He just said he can't wait to see that.
Man, for sure. I can't wait to be a part of it. Nah, for real, I'm here for a reason. You know what I mean, I ain't here to play with, you feel me, is business first, and then we handle that everything else after that.
And God's
God,
chosen.
oh,
Oh, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
well, I was just going to ask where he sees himself going with the fight game. If there's somebody he wants to fight, or if he just has a goal on how many times he's looking to fight within the next year, or whatever his future is moving forward.
That's for you, God's chosen.
Oh, for sure. Me, yeah, I wasn't really trying to speak over nobody, but yeah, what's
Yeah,
called
you good.
I want to at least get like at least for this year. I at least want to get like up to 12 fights for this year. Yeah, but my plan is within 2028. I want to go professional. I want to go professional within 2028 because I've been doing this since 19 years old, and I'm 26 now. But yeah,
Okay.
Nice. That's a
Can't.
lot of fights in a year. What does that work out to every event now from here to the rest of the year?
A couple, yeah, but he's going to be doing a couple fights at one event
Every
every month.
day, exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you guys have 10 events a year.
Yeah.
I believe in you, bro.
I mean, it's
thanks, bro. I
possible,
appreciate that.
man. It is possible, man.
I
And
believe in you. For
you do
sure.
something like that, 10 fights, win, lose or draw, 10 fights, uh, and you qualify for the Hall of Fame. So, that
Yeah,
would be something monumental, you know what I mean, to see a run like that.
yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you can all join Somké in like immortal glory with the Hall of Fame. And when I hit that Powerball, I'm building y'all a Hall of Fame building.
Oh, wow.
That'd be tight. The Street
Well,
Beef
shit.
Convention Center.
Man,
Hey,
Yeah.
you don't
ticket.
understand. If I won the Powerball, like I'm trying to die broke. I'm trying to help like do as much as I can for everybody around me. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to spend my last grand the day I die. Like, boom,
I
I'm
feel
out.
that. I feel that.
Hell yeah.
I feel
See, I
that.
don't
That's
play,
tight.
Me neither
but
that often, but
everybody
when it
says
gets
I need to play.
ridiculous, hey, when it gets ridiculous, I'm like, yeah, let me get one of those. It's a $500 million. Yeah, let me get one of those.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it sounds like
crazy.
my cousin. My cousin, when he get that high, when it gets like over 200 mil, he'll start playing, and he'll hit me up like once a year. Hey man, you know if I win, I got you. Yep, I know. Real quick, guys. I wanted to get into like some of your favorite fighters, or some fighters who've influenced you. Let's start with God's Chosen, then we'll swap over to Snow.
Well, my favorite boxer, his name is Mike Tyson, and I don't really like to pick any favorite just because I'm Mexican or American. I'm gonna pick a Mexican fighter. But hey, yeah, Mike Tyson. I don't feel like there's anybody like him to this day, or there ever will be. But he's heavy and he moves fast and he's strong. His head movement is good. We have fast, we have strong fighters, right? Heavyweight fighters this day to this day. Back then as well. They're strong, but they're not fast. They're not fast and strong like Mike Tyson. But that's why I like Mike Tyson. That's why he's my favorite, favorite boxer. Also, I also like Pitbull Cruz, Pitbull, yeah, because he's a brawler, and that's what I like to do. That Mexican style, just going in and going in for that knockout, going toe to toe, and that's what I like to do. And the last is what's his name? Canelo Alvarez. Of course,
Mhm.
got to support the raza. But yeah, that's about it.
Hey, solid guys, solid.
Mm.
What about you, Snow?
Um, I don't like to be like biased, but like I was trained by two ex-pro fighters that I actually, I like their style. You feel me? The Pittsburgh kid Paul Spadafora. I don't know if y'all heard of him. He actually is out here still and still training and everything. But he got a good. He trained me for about 5 6 months. It's the way he sits in the pocket, but also moves in all in the one. And I don't know if a long time ago Roman Santos. I don't know if you guys heard of him. He won a whole round, I think, or a whole round or two with just his left hand.
Mm.
Yeah. And Lomachenko, Canelo, I put them in one because the way they stay in the pocket, they stay right. My favorite of all time though is Sugar Ray Leonard. His speed and agility with the power and velocity, you just it kills the game. So that's kind of how I'm trying to be, you know, trying to get all that in one little bundle. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But yeah, some good influences for sure. Shout out to Coach Roman and Coach Paul Spadafora, man. Love y'all for real.
Somké, who are your favorite fighters?
uh, I mean, I'd say, uh, I'd say Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. Uh, yeah, that's probably my top two. I'm kind of drawing a blank right now. I
My
only
my
had
three
like a
favorite,
handful.
my three favorite boxing. Roy Jones Jr. I grew up watching Roy, but if you're talking MMA and they're both female, it's Doug Rose, Nama Yunus, but she's from my state, so that might make me biased. But I love
Yes,
watching
sir.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk throw those hands. Like she is so fast and crisp. Like she is my favorite
That's
MMA
tight.
fighter of all time.
That's
I
new.
mean, we bringing up females. I ain't gonna lie. I love me some Clarissa. I love me some Clarissa.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I, I just
she a monster.
she got me
She
a
a
couple years
monster.
back. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But yeah. The thing is, I try not to get attached to fighters because I don't really watch a lot of the commercial popular fights, right? You know what I mean? I want to see a good competitive fight. I don't care who the name is. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't really had a favorite since I was like a kid, you know. But
Exactly.
I got a fantasy matchup for both of y'all. I want to get y'all opinion.
For sure.
Fantasy matchup. Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard versus Floyd Mayweather. How does this
You
fight?
gave me the hard one.
I mean, both of them. But
Yeah.
we talking both men in their prime. Both men in their prime, as dangerous as they ever were.
Oh damn.
How does that go?
That is you gotta think about it. Muhammad Ali, great movement. Mike Tyson, great movement. Short punches. Muhammad Ali, great movement. Long punches. That's gonna come down to who gets hit more, honestly. I
I
don't
mean, for
know.
me, that fight is like
That's
early,
crazy.
all the money's on Tyson. Anything into the later rounds, everything shifts to Muhammad Ali, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
that sounds about right. That sounds about accurate. That sounds about accurate.
Mike might put him out though. I hate to say it, but Mike might put him out. Like,
Yeah, if he could get to him,
I
but but
mean,
that
but
man was
Muhammad Ali
humongous.
ate George Foreman's punches like they were, and George hits like a sledgehammer. So I don't know, man. Maybe Muhammad got that just because he knows how to eat those punches, and Mike's volatile, and Muhammad Ali knows how to get in your head.
Exactly.
but see, that's the thing. I think for Mike, it boils down to who his coaches are. If we got the
Hmm.
prime Mike Tyson
With
Customato.
Costamato,
with the Customato, Teddy Atlas, Kevin Rooney package, we
Oh
got to have
we.
the full package.
Oh we.
Then I think Mike, his
He might.
chances
but then when
are
he moves
like,
to Don King, you're saying it's over.
huh?
Yeah,
When he moves on to Don King, then it's a different story.
for
I mean,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I
He
get what you're
two
saying. I
totally
was
different
just
fighters.
clarifying. Yeah.
Because see, like you
Them two
said,
totally different
Ali could
fighters.
get in his head, right? Ali was one of the best to get, you know, he'll throw you off, you know what I mean, psychologically, mentally. But you know, if Mike has the right proper, you know, setup, you know, you're not
Yeah.
getting through that.
You're right about that.
But that'd be a hell of a fight.
And I say Sugar Ray just because I think that he could cut off the ring because Floyd's so quick. But I don't know. I hate to say that because Floyd is the greatest defensive fighter to ever step into a ring.
Yeah, I don't know. They were both so fast, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
So fast. I don't
And I
know.
grew up I'm old, so I grew up at the end of Sugar Ray's career. Like when I started watching boxing was the end of his career.
Did you
He's
see
still fast.
you saw when he fought his dad, Floyd Sr.? Because that's kind of a glimpse.
He was
You
the
know what I
only one
mean?
that could break the Philly shell open every time. They did say that he did break that Philly shell open every time he wanted to. I
Did
don't
you see that
know.
one, Jay?
I'm trying to think back and I don't remember it. No.
I remember. I remember
Yeah,
seeing the
yeah,
video.
that's one to watch.
I think that was a black and white day, wasn't it?
No, it's in color. It's in color.
It is.
I ain't that
They just
old. Fuck.
they got them stupid
I'm
afro. They
trolling.
got them
I'm
stupid
trolling.
lopsided afros. I ain't gonna lie,
I'm trolling on
but
me.
it's still in it's in color. It was a hell of a
I'm
fight.
trolling.
Hell of a
Hell
fight.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, shit,
That's
man. I
crazy.
can't keep y'all here all night, man. We had a great time. I appreciate both of you guys. If you guys want to give any shout outs, any social media plugins, anything like that, now would be the time.
You can go first, Brody.
I think so. I think I will only shout out my old coach, Frankie Avalar, El Pistolero, and that's about it.
yeah. I mean, I want to shout out, you feel me? Shout out all y'all for sure first. You feel me? Appreciate the opportunity. Appreciate y'all, you feel me? Entertaining with them fights, bro. He keep swinging. Keep swinging, brother. Keep swinging. Um, shout out my parents, Baby boy trying something. Shout out all my people that's watching, that's supporting, you know what I mean? Shout out my son, all my, you feel me? Shout out all my kids, for real, man. I love everybody who's just, you feel me, making me want to be better. You know what I mean? If y'all looking for social media, when it talk to me anything, it's the name right here. You feel me on Instagram. You can highlight videos, whatever the case may be, workout videos, just me. You know what I'm saying? It's all right here. But yeah, for sure, y'all be seeing more of me. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you
Hey,
guys so
man,
much. You have a great night.
Appreciate
appreciate
that,
y'all.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep fighting.
All right.
Got you.
That was a great show. I didn't even realize what the time was until you said it.
Yeah, yeah. Out, man. You know how it is, man. We could just keep going, man. 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. But now, at some point we got to wrap it up. We got to wrap it up.
No, but I'm glad you brought these guys on, Somké, because not only for everybody else, but for me, now I got two people I'm following that are making moves now and are relatively new to Street Beefs.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the beauty of the show, like being able to almost scout, the new talent, at the events. And like I said, man, these two guys, their next fights, whenever they drop, man, God's Chosen had 2 fights, and then the fight Snow had. I mean, both of these dudes, you'll see why they were on today. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to lie. I'm excited and sad to watch that 9 Ether fight.
Yeah, that's the homie. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
for sure,
nothing. I'm cheering for God's Chosen now also, but like when I always been a 9 Ether fan, so now I'm like, damn.
yeah. And like I said, man, the way he came out the gate, I was scared for God's Chosen. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
was
But
sitting here thinking, why is he fighting 9 Ether when he only got 3 fights, but then he won, so that's why he's fighting him. You guys see him up front, and you get a better judge of their abilities. You know what I mean?
well,
So
also too, no call, no shows.
okay.
You got people pulling out, so there's been several. I can't count how many events that 9 Ethers pulled up, and he hadn't. His fighter pulls out. You know what I'm saying, or didn't show up, or dipped out early, or what have you. That's happened. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the situation or circumstance was behind this matchup. But obviously, God's Chosen was down for it because he had already fought earlier. And, 9 Ether, he was obviously down for it. And I thought maybe the weight might have been a little bit different, but it didn't look like 9 Ether was that much bigger, you know. But
Good way to
yeah,
make a name for yourselves.
it was a nasty KO, you know. It was nasty.
Damn.
Yeah, man. But
And you always were you reffing?
yeah, I refed it.
You like it's the greatest view, but at times could be the worst view because you're
Yeah.
that close into the action. And I mean, like you said, that's the homie, so your heart got a feel for him, you know.
Yeah. Did you see the clip?
No. There's a clip out already. I see. I'm gonna go find it.
Yeah. There's a clip of it. So, but yeah, man, it was a great event. Great fights. Great way to start the year off. You know what I'm saying? And that dirty boxing went down as well. So, yeah, man, looking forward to
How was
next month's
that?
event.
How was that? How was that? The start of
It
dirty
was interesting.
boxing.
it was interesting. I mean, the first fight, we spoke on it on the Heart and the Fight podcast. Yeah, yeah. The first fight was what it was. The second fight, I could have made the end call a little sooner. But yeah, the second fight was a quick one, and for those who actually want to engage, it's going to be very interesting. If it's something that you really don't want to do, then I wouldn't sign up for it.
I have a feeling we're going to get some fights that like take over the internet at some point with this dirty boxing. Though I think you're going to get two guys in there.
Go watch the clips. The clips are on fire right now. Go watch the clips.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the Instagram after we get off of here and find those clips because I haven't been on social media a whole lot this week. So, I've been doing a lot of editing the last 3 days. So I've been posting. I ain't been scrolling. I've been posting so much though that Zuckerberg got mad at me. So
I thought that was like some political. I'm like,
what happens is. No, we got all these shows, so I share them to all the groups, and every once in a while they tell me I'm spamming groups and then suspend me for 24 to 48 hours and then let me go again. So it just happened that today when I went to go share shit, it said, "Oh, you're suspended again." I was like, "Oh, great. Okay."
The one way to expand your content, you're doing that too much.
Yes. I think it's because there's bots that spam groups. So like if you share, like some days I can share up to like 100 and some times with different shows. So I think it's like, because I'm in all the different basketball groups for the NBA show. I'm in all the NFL groups for the NFL show, combat sports. And then I share all the clips and stuff. And every once in a while, they're like, you shared too much or you look like spam. But enough about the Zuckerberg algorithm. It was a great show, but we should probably get up out of here.
About that time. I appreciate our guest, God's Chosen. Thank you, sir. Snow, thank you, sir. You guys, great performances last Saturday. Great show tonight. Everyone watching live, everyone watching on replay, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Shout out to the West Coast. Shout out to the Dirty South, and shout out to the OG Yard. We do this for y'all. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to Heart and the Fight. Shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Shout out to Jay, and that's pretty much it for me, man.
Yeah, thank you to the guests. Shout out to Street Beefs, all the branches. We wouldn't be here without you, and Heart and the Fight does so much for Street Beefs, so shout out to them. And Daniel, I'm just going to say it again. It might literally be the nicest person I've ever met, ever. And I'm not just saying that. Like, he literally might be. So shout out to Daniel. But shout out to you, Somké. Like I said, you always get the right guests. Like, you get the OGs. You get the guys who are up and coming. You get the guys who just had a great fight. And now, again, I got 2 new people to follow. And so do the rest of y'all who are watching.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, hit that like and subscribe. Thank you for all your support. Hit the notification because we got 7 shows running so you don't miss any of them. And coming up in 10 minutes, you'll see Winging It with Freezes Hoff and Payne Gusto. One world, one love. Deuces.